In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to build a simple motorcycle in Trailmakers. Alright, so before we get into building of this motorcycle, let me just explain a little bit about it so you can decide if this tutorial is worth your time. Alright, so here's the motorcycle. It is colored, so that's easy to see the systems, but we'll get into that in just a second. But basically, it uses a motorcycle seat, as a motorcycle should, but that also does mean that we can't use any auto stabilizing type things such as like the helicopter engines or anything, because it's not a seat that's too wide such as the go-kart seat, but it does just balance as it is symmetrical and weight distribution. It balances out. So to help you decide if you actually want to build this design, here's some pros and cons. All right, so the pros of this design are that it doesn't require logic, it's simple, and it's pretty quick and pretty good on roads. Now the cons are, because it doesn't have auto stabilizing to counteract like insane rotation, it can spin out, but that's only if you're going like back and forth, like left and right, tilting really far, that it will end up spinning out, but that's about what would happen in real life. And also, it isn't the best at off-roading or stunts, as it doesn't have the best suspension. Okay, now that you know that, let's hop right into the building. All right, so of course we can see this right here. I'm gonna go through step by step how to build it and how to configure it. All right, so first, of course, you got to grab your seat, motorcycle seat. The first thing we will build up is the front suspension system. Actually, the only suspension. All right, grab these 1x2, these shorter slopes. Place one on either side. Grab the steering hinge. Place one on either side. All right, no configuring yet. We're just going to place all the blocks. Go into your pipes, tube elbow, tube elbow. Then grab a cross right there. Grab another steering hinge, place this one in front, not like that. On its side, this one's going to be used for steering. Grab a tube T, get some elbows, just like that. You need two more steering hinges right here. Go ahead and grab your T's again. So right here is where your first motorcycle wheel is going to fit into place. Connect it to the two steering hinges and grab the flat connectors 1x2, secure it on either side. So that right there is the whole front assembly done. The back is going to look different, so don't just copy and paste it. All right, so first, propulsion, dragon engines. This motorcycle runs off two dragon engines, so place them on the right and left right here. Grab yourself a tube T and stick it on right there. Put a 1x2 slope right there. Copy the T down. Place a T here and a T here and two more T's. Then from the front, you can go ahead and copy this over here. Move the flat connectors over. And that's it for the building. So this is where it gets a little tricky. I'm going to tell you my configurations, what I did for my motorcycle, and really, you can play around with them and just pick whatever configurations for the motorcycle feels good for you. But I'll give you a base to start off with. All right, so now I'm going to hop over to the other motorcycle, as it's colored and it's a little bit easier to see the different systems. So first, let's start off with the steering system. For the four steering hinges connected to the wheel, so the two in the front, two in the back, you're going to want to put in whatever steering controls you want. Just make sure the red is right and the green is left, and that you have your arrows facing the same way as me. It's pretty easy to figure out if you have something wrong. All right, and then I'm pretty sure these are all the default settings. So speed 1, angle 30, steering help 100, that's fine, and strength 100. All right, and then the one that is slightly different is going to be this one right here. Make sure your arrows are like this: red to the left, green to the right. Speed 20, angle 10, steering help 100, why not, and strength 100. Obviously, you can change this according to preference. So that's it for all the pink segments, which are all for steering. Here in the blue, just make sure that both your engines are connected to both wheels, and that's all you got to do. And then for the suspension, I just kept the suspension as default. You can do whatever you want with it. And then for your steering hinges, make sure there's no control on them, because you don't want to be bending your whole motorcycle. That's not what you want to do. And just make sure the speed 0, angle 5. I have the angle on 5 because it really doesn't need to have that much give, or else your whole thing's going to be a floppy noodle. And steering help 0, strength 0. Make sure your strength is on 0, as those steering hinges are meant to help move with the suspension. Alright, so if you did all of that, you should have a working motorcycle. As you can see, the wheels tilt to the side, and the front wheel just barely curves to the side to help it steer a little bit better. And it tops out at about 120 kilometers per hour. Pretty good, pretty fast, and it steers relatively well. Did like a full 180 there. If you're nice and gentle with the steering, it can be pretty good. If you go a little too crazy, it does get a little wacky. But as you can see here, if I let go of the throttle a bit, nice and steady steering. You just got to be nice and gentle with this type of motorcycle, and if you do some fiddling with it, I'm sure you could even get it better. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be about it for this tutorial on how to build a simple motorcycle. If it helped you, please give it a like. If you have any trouble with it, please comment it down below. I'll try to sort it out. If you have trouble with it, check if there's already a comment that's answered with the same problem, and that could save you some time. And if you guys want me to, I can also do a more advanced motorcycle in the future, so comment down below if you want that as well. And with that, I'll just see you in the next one. Bye!